Hey guys, it's Mallory here. Welcome back to my channel. Don't mind my dog Hazel over here. Obviously, like you saw in the title, I want to talk about my experience with sleep training. Asher is 6, almost 7 months old, and we decided to start a legit, like actual sleep training kind of method around when he turned 6 months old. So I just wanted to come on and like preface this video with why we did it, what we were starting with, and kind of give some details. And then I actually did like vlog our experience the first few nights or so. So anyways, basically we started with the Taking Care of Babies course. So sorry about Hazel's nails, it's really loud. Anyways, Asher was around 10 weeks old when I found the Taking Care of Babies course and purchased the package that was the newborn class and 3 to 4 month ebook bundle. So I bought that and it worked great. We implemented it. Asher was sleeping in his bassinet. We switched him to his crib at 4 months and he was doing really well. He was able to go to sleep on his own, like pretty easily. We didn't have to like rock him or like nurse him to sleep or anything like hard like that. It didn't take a lot of time and it was just really great. Then around 5 months, he just kind of had this switch. So on the Taking Care of Babies course, and then you can also just like follow her blog and her on Instagram, but she gives lots of resources, and one of the things that's really big and important are wake windows. So you follow a schedule of how long they should be awake before they nap, before they go to bed at night, that kind of thing. So around 5 months, you're supposed to kind of extend it a little. It's one of those just growth times where he should be awake a little bit longer. And when I tried doing that, pushing him from like the hour 45-minute mark to being awake like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, it was really hard for him. He didn't really want to stay awake. I feel like I was just never hitting the right time. He wasn't really showing like sleepy signals. So, or maybe I was just missing them because now I pay a lot of attention to them and I see them. So I don't know what was going on, but basically we just got into some really bad habits of rocking him to sleep. And then even like it just got worse and worse. Even when we'd be rocking him to sleep before a nap or before bedtime, he'd still be like so fussy, so upset. It would be really hard. You'd have to really like bop him and shh and rock him. And it was just such a pain to get him down, which is exactly what I was trying to avoid and why I bought the Taking Care of Babies course. So it just made me a little bit upset. I didn't want to buy another course. She has a course for 5 to 24 month olds that is more like sleep training with crying involved. The first part, there's not a lot of crying involved, which is why I liked it. I didn't want to do like legit sleep training, especially when he was really young. But when he hit 6 months, I was like, okay, I can't keep doing this. Like he wakes up in the middle of the night and I have to go give him his pacifier. He's not going to sleep easily, not going down easily anymore. Let's try this Ferber method. So I just Googled the Ferber method and decided to go that route. And then I want to show you guys my experience. So this is what happened. Hey guys, tonight is night 1 of sleep training, so I really didn't want it to come to this point, but we're here. He is 6 months and 9 days, I want to say. So Asher is crying right now. We're gonna try the Ferber method first, where you go in like every few minutes and then you increase that time over like night by night and stuff. So he's in there right now. He was crying. He's not really crying anymore. So that's good. I think it'll be easier for us than other people since we laid a good foundation, but we'll see. We're gonna eat Thai food, put the TV on, and try to not be stressed about this. I'm gonna go in for the first time. It's been 7 minutes and now he is really crying. It's been another 5 minutes, so I'm going back in. Asher is completely asleep. It's 8:05, so it was a little bit less than 30 minutes. And he is completely asleep on his side. I figured it wouldn't take too long. I didn't really know what to expect. He cried a lot, like really intense crying, more than I ever want to hear. But yeah, it didn't take very long, and I think that's just because we did the taking care of babies and spent a lot of effort and time getting him to a good sleeping place where he could basically fall asleep on his own. But then when he hit 5 months, we just got really lazy with it or whatever. So night 1 was successful for bedtime, and now I just have to do that if he wakes up again. I do a dream feed at 10 p.m. or like a couple hours after he goes to sleep, so it'll be really interesting to see how he falls back asleep after that. He had been super easy, just like give him the pacifier, he goes back to sleep, but only over like the last week he's been needing me to rock him. So yeah, wish me luck for that. Hey guys, it's the next day. I just wanted to give a little update on night 1 of sleep training with the Ferber method. So last night he didn't wake up at all until 5:30 a.m. so that's really good. He has been doing that, like some days he'll just wake up earlier, like 5 to 5:30. So what I did this time, usually I go in, give him the pacifier. If that doesn't work, I like try to rock him back to sleep. But what I did today was just let him be. I started a timer when he started to kind of cry, but then he wasn't really crying. He mainly just kind of like talks like he's very awake at that time. But I gave him time, and like 25-30 minutes later, right before 6, he went back to sleep. So I was able to kind of go back to sleep, and then he woke up again at 7 a.m. and that was when we started our day. So last night was great. There was just the initial 30 minutes of him kind of crying it out and stuff, and with me going in to soothe him. But yeah, overall it was a really good first night. I don't know what's going to happen today. We're going to be doing naps, and then of course tonight continue. So yeah, I'll bring you guys along, but it was a successful first night. And I've heard it usually takes like 3 to 7 days. So hopefully we're close. Hey guys, so it is night number 2 of sleep training, and I just want to update you on his naps of the day. So he always takes 3 naps, other than lately this week he's only been taking like 30-minute naps, which is not normal and not good, so we've had to do 4 to get him through to his bedtime, which is part of why we're even doing the sleep training. But his naps today, so the first day of doing the Ferber method, the first nap didn't even have to do anything. Like, he didn't cry, he just went to sleep. It was very surprising. So maybe last night has to do with that, not sure. And then nap number 2, we actually weren't home, so he slept in the car seat. That was normal. Nap number 3, he did cry quite a bit. So usually his last nap of the day, it is the hardest to get him down. Like, I would have to do so much rocking, and he would still be upset even if I'm rocking him or whatever. So he was crying a lot. He would like roll over a couple times, and he's never slept on his stomach, so I would go in to like roll him back on his back because I just didn't want to leave him like that for too long if he's crying or upset. And then I did end up giving him the pacifier after like 10 minutes because he was really crying super bad. It was time to go in again in the like 10-minute interval, and I gave him his pacifier and he went back to sleep, or to sleep. So I don't know if you count that as a win really, but he sleeps with the pacifier, so it is what it is. And he went to sleep and ended up sleeping like an hour and a half. So that was his best nap in a while. And now, like I said, it's nighttime. So night number 2, I put him down to sleep. He was not fussing at all. Like, when I was holding him singing, I was standing by the crib, gave him the pacifier, and then put him down, zipped him up in his sleep sack. Usually at this point he's like already upset, but he wasn't upset at all, wasn't making any noises, didn't cry at all when I left, which usually when I say goodnight and kiss him, he starts crying. He wasn't crying at all. I left. I've had the monitor on, and he did not cry at all and went to sleep like 7 minutes later, maybe 5 to 7. So yeah, night number 2 went really well. I don't know if that means that it's gonna be clean and easy here on out. I'm guessing naps will still be a little bit different, a little bit tough, but it's really encouraging. I know that that's not gonna be the case for everybody, so you know, if you're struggling with sleep training right now, I'm sorry that you aren't having as easy and good of a time as we are. I mean, night number 2, him not crying at all is amazing. But I want to encourage you to stick it out. I've heard that it really only takes like 3 to 7 days, and you just have to be consistent and actually do it. If you've been kind of on the fence about sleep training with crying and that kind of thing, I would encourage you to try it if you feel comfortable, because it really did help for us. I mean, he was in such a good habit of being able to put himself to sleep, and then we just started rocking him, and we were the problem. Like, we put him into a bad routine, and then now we just had to use sleep training to get him back on schedule. And I mean, it seems like he sleeps better that way, we sleep better that way, so it's just better all around. I mean, this is only day 2, but that's my update and encouragement so far. Let me know if you have any questions or anything in the comments. Okay, so you saw kind of our experience and what we went through. It wasn't really that bad. The first night was definitely the toughest. He did cry for like 30 minutes, and that happened one nap a little bit later. So I didn't vlog everything. I really only vlogged the first few days. Naps were definitely more of a struggle and took a lot longer than bedtime. Bedtime, he got down like within the first few nights. So the first night was hard. The second night he went down right away, no crying. And then the third night it got a little bit harder again, and then better. Well, he went down easily, but then he woke up like an hour later and was crying. So we went through, you know, a little bit, but it definitely was not bad. It was not that tough. And I think that's because we had such a great foundation. So I know that's not going to be the same experience for a lot of people, but I just want to make this video because I know sleep training can be really controversial. And I just think that every parent should do what they feel best about. I definitely was not a huge fan of the cry it out method, but I was also open to it because I think it's most important that we're all able to have our sanity and mental health and be able to sleep well. And also for him, like, he needs to be able to sleep well and go to sleep easily. So yeah, I feel like for us, since I had already implemented a lot of good habits and strategies and a schedule and everything early on, it wasn't very hard to just get him back on course, readjust. So it could be a lot harder when you don't have that, and maybe like you were bed sharing or something like that, and then you're trying to adjust from that. But from what I've heard, it really doesn't take more than a few nights up to like a week for the babies to kind of figure it out and not be crying as much. I've also heard a ton against sleep training, especially from people who believe that your baby needs something in the middle of the night, like food and stuff like that. So I just want to say, before we ever did any kind of sleep training like this, Asher was completely weaned off of night feeding. So I do a dream feed at 10 p.m. and then he wakes up around 6 a.m. and that's been the same since he was like 4 or 5 months old. Well, probably like 5. Around the 4-month mark is when I started kind of weaning like the 2 to 3 a.m. feed. And that did take a little while, but I would still feed him if I felt like he needed it. So it's really just going to be different for each baby and each parent. Do whatever you feel is best. Please don't leave any nasty comments or anything. I'm just trying to do my best. I am pregnant again, so I think I'm just gonna do the taking care of babies methods again and kind of go from there. But just wanted to share my experience with you all. I hope you found it helpful. Definitely make sure to subscribe. Like I said, I'm pregnant again. I have lots of mom vlog and fun videos coming up, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you next time. Bye.